Welcome to another episode of Toro Podcast, where we come back after a little hiatus. Here with Roger. Piero's unavailable. He's too good for us now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It's all about espresso and shoulder day today, man.
Dude.
I'm feeling it.
It was a great workout.
As I attempt to sip my espresso with a shaking hand because my arms are so weak from working out.
Dude, it was a great workout. I just got a landmine attachment for the power
man.
rack, and we did all kinds of landmine.
They're great, man. That's a new day. Like
It's amazing.
That
And
is.
there's more goodies coming out now that the holidays are here, because number one gift that I give for holidays is gift
to
myself.
I thought
You
the
know
same
it.
thing.
You know it.
I waited all year long to put presents under the tree for myself.
For myself.
As a matter of fact, I have a few that I'm waiting to open that I'm going to wrap up and put under the tree.
Yeah.
And I like doing that every year because then everyone's like, "Oh, is that one for me?" I'm like, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably for me.
I don't even wrap it. I just, as soon as they come, it's like I get to play with it. No, like definitely. Like, I don't know. Like there comes a time where it's just like, okay, like asking for gifts is like a burden for me. Like not asking for gifts, but like when our wives or whatever say, what do you want for your birthday, or what do you want for? It's like the thing that I want is like, I don't know, like like one time I asked for a freaking Lego piece. The thing hanging up there right now.
Yeah, the race car.
The race car. It's like for adults. It's Lego Technics. It's like I don't know how many freaking pieces, but it's it's complicated. It's big. It's like, and I love Porsches, and like it's like it's for me, right? Mm-hmm. And she was like, "I'm not buying you Legos. I'm not buying an adult Legos."
I feel bad
like,
about your gift.
I was like, "Fine, I'll just buy myself Legos.
They're my Legos.
They're mine." And I bought it and I made it, and it's a great talking point. Anytime, when I'm on camera,
Mm-hmm.
like meetings and all this stuff, people who first seen it, they're like, "What is that?" Or they see it for the first time. What is that? How does it do? How long did it take you? It's a great talking point. I love it. It's mine. But I asked for that. I didn't get it. So what am I supposed to ask for? Like, if I'm not gonna get the things that I want, my toys. So things for the gym. Yeah, no, she's got me before. Mm-hmm. Like the dip bar for the power rack. She's gotten me that. So that's great.
That's a good gift. See, I always feel like a child. We're like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like,
Lightsaber
Jedi stuff. I want to face you in the backyard with a lightsaber battle, and I want you to speak these lines that I wrote out, and really pretend you're a Jedi for Christmas.
That's your role playing.
Yeah, I'm like, I need active participation in my gift.
Dude, that is great. Let's see if we can get.
Are we getting him
Piero. Let's see if we can get him on.
Call him back.
Yeah.
He might have been doing the same thing that I did yesterday.
Which is?
Playing about 8 hours of Elden Ring because I had off and I actually had nothing to do, and it was awesome.
Yesterday was my wife has a friend who every year they go to a restaurant for this friend's birthday. Mm-hmm. And it's like girls' night kind of thing, and they go out, they go to a restaurant, and that's it. And so last night she was like, "Yeah, I'm about to go to a restaurant." And I'm like, "Screw that! It's gonna be boys' night. Me and my boys."
Yeah, man.
My two kids are gonna go out, and we're gonna make it boys' night.
Yeah, no girls allowed.
No girls. No, it's not so much that, but like it's more just like yeah, let's go out, let's have fun,
Yeah, man.
So yeah, Piero's not answering, man.
Well, that's
his loss.
His loss. We'll have to tell him he missed a great show.
Yeah. So going back to gifts, what are some of the best gifts and worst gifts you received?
So the best Christmas I ever had as a kid, there was two of them. One was the year that like the second Star Wars Return of the Jedi came out, because I was born like right as the first one came out, kind of. Mm-hmm. So I was too young to know what it was. But my dad loved Star Wars, and Santa. This was a Santa year for me. Dropped the Millennium Falcon, the AT-AT, every Star Wars character under the tree for me that year. And let me tell you what, in Star Wars pajamas with the Millennium Falcon raised high above my head at 6:30 a.m., I was running down the street in Northeast Philadelphia making sound effects because I loved it so much.
That's awesome.
And it was like you could land it and take the top off. And like I had Luke in there practicing lightsaber skills with Obi-Wan. You know, that was one. The second best one was when I got personal PC and a TV. When I got electronics, my dad got into like building his own personal PC. So he's like, hey, you're going to have fun learning DOS. And I was like, that sounds awesome. I was like, DOS prompt. I was learning it and I was sad because all I want to do is play video game on it. But that was my introduction to computers in general.
Nice.
My uncle was, he was a network engineer. Early days when like you had to run a wire between two buildings to network two computers together. So he was like in early when Cisco was brand new OS. He was in there. So that's how I got into building computers. So there were 2 awesome Christmases.
Nice.
Third most memorable Christmas for me. This is giving you my top 3. I first moved up here, finally made it up here, and the very first year on December 25th. I'd planned a Disney trip with me and my wife did without the kids knowing. And when they opened their gifts, they opened tickets, the magic bands, the wristbands to like get on the rides, and like big Mickey ears. Then we were leaving on the 26th to go stay for a week. That was by far because they like lost their child minds when they saw it. And I had my older daughter. I'm gonna say she was like 12 about. My younger was like 7. And so she was like, they were really excited. Like, it was awesome. I loved it.
That's awesome.
They were my 2 most memorable, for sure.
That's awesome.
And my wife that year also got diamond earrings, which she wanted for life. So they were my two best ones.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't think about just Christmas. I was thinking more just
My bad.
No, but Christmas, I don't know. Christmas in Paraguay was different. Like it's not about like basically Santa, and it's like all family and it's summertime, so people are outside. You know, we're shooting fireworks and stuff like that. So that's a pretty cool memory too. Like being with all the family, extended family, usually my cousins, everything, all get together and we play. We would make, you know, out of like these fireworks and things, like star on the floor and light it up, and it would just go all off, and it would leave this huge like burned kind of star pattern on the ground that even if I go back today
You'll say
to
it
my
still?
child, you'll still see those burned spots.
That's awesome.
That was really cool memory. But then I don't know, like later on, I guess one of the ones recent ones was maybe 2 Christmases ago or last Christmas. Yeah, I want to say 2 Christmases. It was just us and my kids' friends came over, and they spent the night here with and then in the morning they got to open their gifts. So it was a kind of mixture kind of thing because we opened our presents at midnight. And that's like, okay, the 24th celebration, and at midnight, let's open presents. That's our tradition. And their tradition is, as any Americans, open their presents when they wake up.
So opening the gifts on the day before the 24th, is that unique to like Paraguay, or is that just your family's tradition?
In Paraguay.
In Paraguay? Ah, that's cool.
So the 24th, basically, you open it 25th because that's Christmas, right? But like midnight. As it crosses, right?
Yeah.
And so we did like a blended thing where it's like, you know, we opened some gifts the 24th, and then some gifts came on the 25th when they woke up. And not just that, like just seeing the kids like play together and really just have fun and like really just, you know, it is amazing. Yeah, I think we got somebody going here.
We have a random caller. Dude, you're accepting random calls. This is great. I thought we were interviewing a random caller. I thought we were popular. Now it's just Piero.
No. Oh, yeah, you guys were calling in?
Yeah, so we're talking about our top 3 gift giving Christmas ideas. So I just want to state for the record, Jesus and family too. not just presents that I personally opened that were for me only. Jose won't up me. I was talking about like my Star Wars gifts, and Jose was like, Jesus and family is my best one. I was like, damn it.
No, like I'm like, oh, what are the best and worst kind of gifts you received and all this stuff, and he's talking about family and all that stuff, and I'm just like, ah, shit, I was gonna be all selfish and talk about the one time I got socks. Like,
yo, I like socks, man. The thermal socks, they're the best.
You guys get Christmas gifts? I just buy them all. Like,
that's what I was saying. Like, I just buy my own gifts.
If I want something, I just go out and buy it.
That's exactly what I was just saying. Like, it's so much easier. It's so easy to just go and buy what you want. You know, and I feel it like a burden. Like, going back, I feel a burden when my wife asks me, "What do you want for Christmas?" Because I'm like, I don't want a burden like I'm putting on her. Like, I want this, you know, and it's like, really, like, I don't know, and she'll probably think I'm an idiot for thinking that way. But hey, you know, I like the giving part. I don't like the receiving part.
But it feels weird, right?
Like, she has gotten me some of the best gifts ever, though. Like, she's gotten me like a skydiving gift one time for my birthday. So I went skydiving, and she got me like a flying lessons, like to fly a plane for 2 hours. Like, those were amazing and like super memorable. Like I'll never forget those kind of things.
So the best gift my wife ever gave me was the gift of marriage, first of all.
All right, screw you, Roger. You're out of this conversation. You're too goody good. First of all, he's wearing a shirt with like a Bible verse on it. You know, like the man is like reeking of goody goodness here, and we're trying to be selfish and talk about.
So here's my selfish gift, right?
All right.
When I first went back to get my bachelor's degree, right, I needed a new computer. I had the old gold HP with like the silver keyboard, and it was just going dead. So I really wanted a Lenovo, and it was the old school one that had like the lock and the switch where you had to open it. Yeah, and it was like $2,800. It was a mobile workstation. On July 5th, on my birthday, that was out on the table. That was like one of the most, and she knew what kind to get, like the pumped up model that I could run anything on. That was one of the most thoughtful and best gifts, because she just heard me talking about like RAM and processors and things I needed, and would write it down, like, and took note of it. So I was like, you're getting a great engagement ring.
I've done it. We upgraded my wife's engagement ring after 7 years of marriage.
Don't say that on the podcast. Now I'm going to have to do
it. It was over a carat.
Come on, man.
Cost 10 grand. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to get you in the deep hole on this one.
Just start mentioning emeralds and like additional like add-ons.
Emeralds? No, man. All diamonds.
You can loop emeralds into the band. So I've already had this conversation. Going to be a thing.
No, my wife the other day, she's like, so I got an upgrade after 7 years. It's been 16. I think it's overdue for another. I was like, no way.
Not yet.
No, not happening again. That was it. What about you, Piero? What gifts have you gotten best, worst?
Dude, I'll be honest. Like, I don't get anything, and here's the thing. I set the stage as like, if I want something, I'll go out and buy it. Like, don't get me anything. Like, if I want, because here's the deal. Most of the time they give me stuff that I really don't want anyway. Like, I get socks, underwear, slippers, and I'm like, don't get me anything. Like, I'll go out, like, I got myself the drone, right? I got myself the Ender, the 3D printer. You know, I got myself the new Xbox. Like, I got myself stuff that I actually want. So I know myself best, is what I'm saying. So,
let me tell you a story, Piero, and I'll tell you why it matters for you to be communicating what you want. Because when I was a kid, I bought my dad a shirt. I was working. I was maybe like 12 years old. I was working for like $10 a day at my uncle's place, and I saved up like $25. It was like a Nautica shirt or something like
Oh,
that,
nice.
and
All right.
and I went to Macy's and I bought it with my own money, and I wrapped it up and I put it under the tree, and I was like very proud of it. And my dad just looks at me and says, "If that's any article of clothing, I don't want it."
Get
I
out.
was devastated. I was
But why?
crying.
Did he give a reason?
He does not like gifts. He is
Yeah.
the type of person that when you give him a gift, he says, "Thank you. It'll go very nicely in my drawer." And that means the drawer of gifts that he'll never use. And there's the pocket watch that he never would ever use, a CD collection of like classical music or
Me,
whatever.
me, me and your dad sound like we would be
No, I
really
get
good
him.
friends.
I understand him, but at the same time, it breaks like basically this whole thing of like just like what do I give this guy? Like what how do I
You
like
give
because you
him, you,
want to that like I love giving too. I love giving. Like
yeah,
I
me
can
too.
tell you many stories of like I love giving, and for somebody who wants to do something for you, it's really it makes it really hard. And I'm a hard person to shop for, but at the same time, what my wife and I do is okay, giving season is here, or your birthday's coming up, or whatever.
You want,
What do you
yeah.
want? Give me 3 4 options, and I'll pick from one of those. And we do it that way. And it's really nice to get something that you really want, and you know that the person went out and got it. It takes away from the whole you're not going to get anything that you don't want, and two, you're giving the person an ability to give you something.
Here's the other piece. Meg doesn't work either, so it's like technically I'm still buying my
Don't
gifts.
say
I'm
that.
just throwing it out
Technically, I
there.
buy it anyway.
You know what I mean? Like,
Dude,
so
you are Ebenezer Scrooge, man. You're like,
You are.
dude, I told him one day, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm breaking out like the coin collection. And I just pictured like DuckTales Ebenezer Scrooge with counting the coins, like folding them in their hand, like, ha 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 ha.
I do have the little treasure chest going on. I got the silver, I got the gold, I
Yeah,
got
man.
and it's gonna go to little Piero. I keep telling him like that's yours, man. You
Yeah,
know,
because that's a gift to open at Christmas. Like, we added some investment to this box. Open it, look at it, put it away, and never play with it again.
We have a suitcase that my mother-in-law gave us, and it's full of like coins and stamps and all kinds of stuff like that
oh nice.
I don't even know
Yeah.
if it's even worth anything or anything like that. But like she freaking collected it. And one time
it
when
out, man.
she gave us a suitcase, and she's like, "This is my inheritance to the kids," and I'm just thinking, kids don't want it. Like,
On stamps.
Well,
like,
but there's real value in that stuff. Like I don't know what kind of coins they are, but I mean, yeah, take a couple pictures. I'm pretty good with coins and stuff
yeah,
like that.
all
Like
right.
I can tell you if they're worth anything for sure.
Yeah, but like it's not like from a coin collector or something like that. It was like, oh, it was a coin from when so and so president was supposed to win, but he didn't
Oh.
win, and they released it,
Yeah,
and I
right.
saw it
That's a
for
little different.
1999 at the thing, like coming out. It might be worth something one day, like those kind of things. Like,
Yeah, that might be different. That might be
yeah,
different.
or like a golden liberty that's like the size of a freaking waffle, like and I'm pretty sure it's not gold.
Well,
But
don't you know what? Don't be so sure of that because, like I said, my coins, yeah, silver, gold, and we do it together, right? So he knows they're worth money, right?
Okay.
Like, and I'm like, look, current spot, we're going up. We 3x our investment. So, yeah, I think it's good to teach. Dude, they don't really teach how to manage your money in
no,
school.
that
right?
100% we do that. How to
Yeah.
manage money, the
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm just talking about like, you know, I don't know, the big suitcase that I had to move.
Yeah, the big suitcase is different for sure. But I mean, Raj just put me onto the youth fidelity account,
That's
so I'm gonna
cool.
start
Did
looking
you see
into
that?
that.
I Youth Fidel. I think we.
They just came out with it. It's like basically just like to teach your kids how to save about
Okay.
investment, and it looks
Yeah, we
kind of
do
cool.
the. I do a couple. The ally,
549.
ally.
Hmm.
What do you
Oh, the
call
high
it?
interest or
Uh,
a high APR savings account.
yeah,
It's like
but
four
it's
percent.
called something like where like you're the oh,
Owner.
owner
Hmm.
of it, but basically
Yeah.
for the kids, like you're the basically curator of this. I don't know how to call it, but like they have a name for it for
Yeah.
this.
Hmm.
But
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah,
but
think I know what
I
you're
just
talking about. Yeah.
I want to throw this out there. Raj is calling me Scrooge, but this is coming from the guy who cancels Christmas on his
Wait.
family. Tell
No,
the
no.
story. Tell the story, dude.
The extended family. We
oh
we do
yeah,
we cancel Christmas. We do it on a
I've
yearly
done.
basis. So my kids like in general, right? We set the stage every year. Look, it's been a tough year. Not going to be a lot of gifts under the tree. Not going to be a good Christmas. So I lower the expectations to a point to where when they get anything for Christmas, it's a big win.
Yeah.
I've had this conversation the other day with my son. Like, I used to get like Robux every Friday or something like that. And I'm like, no, you're not. It's like, first of all,
Don't even get me started on the Robux. It is such a racket, and these guys are just becoming rich. Piero's asking
They're
me every
raking
week,
it
"Oh,
in.
can I get $5 Robux?" It all adds up.
no, you can't, Piero.
There's no more Robux.
Yeah, no, I've had this conversation. I was like, it's tough, inflation and all the stuff. You can't get
Yeah.
every week, Robux. And so he says, how much money do I have in my bank account? I was like, you can't touch that money, and
Well, I guess that's the other. So what I was thinking about doing is, all right, if you do XYZ chores, then yeah, I'll load up some Robux for it. I'm
100%.
getting something for it, and you're working for it.
No, 100%. We've done that. Where it's like you have to work for this, or when I was doing all the rocks and taking all the weeds out and all the stuff, he was helping me with that.
Hmm.
Here's how much you could be getting per hour. Here's how much,
What
like
do you pay per hour?
I can tell by the smile. It's definitely not under minimum wage.
I'm pretty sure that.
$5.
Yeah, I love it.
1990 minimum wage. Yeah.
Not even minimum
Not
wage.
even minimum wage. Hey, he's underage still.
Dad, my hands hurt. They get
I
that
give him
$5.
gloves. I'll give him gloves.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you want to teach them that, like, look, maybe you don't want to do manual labor, right? You want to, you want to work.
Not so much that it's like
No?
like I'm alright with them learning and all this stuff. It's more just like you can't get it for free. I don't care what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't get it for free, and
Yeah.
that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's more of the teaching moment. That
Yeah.
hey, I've done all of this, and is not nobody's paying me for it. Understand that everything that is done in this house,
Costs money.
by your mom and I, like it's like we're doing it.
You're in
You
my
know,
employ.
Yeah.
Actually, they're
You're
just
my
in-
employee.
You're my employee.
You're my employee.
No, it's not like
Yes, it is like that for me. I'm like, hey, you guys, like, I'm sending you my Christmas list this year because
that. No, my son has a thing that he says, as soon as I make money, he says, as soon as I make money, I'm gonna buy myself a no. He says I'm gonna buy, huh? And he's gone.
Oh, no, I'm back.
Okay. No, my son says that as soon as he makes money, he's gonna buy me a Scar 17, which is this this rifle that I always wanted. So he thinks like that.
you're thinking the right way, son.
Yeah, you're thinking
Buying
the right
Dad
way.
the favorite rifle.
Yeah.
You're absolutely thinking the right way. I'm doing something right here.
Did you get that deer? Did you get that deer yet? Or is he still out there?
So I have this buck in my yard to set it up for people. I've been seeing him. I've been putting out the trail cameras, And every time I just see him come into my yard certain times, and I'm like, all right, cool. One day I'm gonna go out and get him. I just need to go get my license, get everything, and so finally I get the license, and I put up my stand. The day I put up my stand in the backyard, he comes over like 10 minutes later. He comes over and he's right underneath my stand before I get my license. I put up the stand, the license is coming, and I'm taking pictures of him, videos of him. He's right underneath me. I'm like, this is going to be the easiest freaking hunt I've ever done. It's going to be amazing. And so license come, I'm super happy, wake up 4 a.m., go out there, freeze my butt off like for 2 hours until light comes up, and no sign of him. And then like smaller deers, like females, those all come by. That fine.
Not this guy.
Not this guy. He's staying away. It's like he knows he's being hunted now. And so, and plus the rut started, so they usually travel further out, and it's every time I go out there, either he comes as soon as light, like basically, okay, sunset hits, he's coming out and he's coming to me, and I'm like, I can't shoot you now because that's illegal. But like it's like I want, it's like it's supposed to be the easiest freaking hunt, but it's becoming so hard because this guy just won't come out. He won't come out to me anymore. Like the other day I had like a 40-yard shot on him, and I drew back. And I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to call him over. I'm trying to get him to just stop. Forget even calling him over. Just stop, so I can like get a shot on you. And he's just walking like leisurely. He's not running. He's not doing anything. He's about 40 yards away. Stop. Like so, I like meh, whistle, do something for him to stop, and nothing. He's just like kind of turns back, and keeps walking away, and I'm like. And I let go, and then and I'm just like so close, but no cigar. So today's Sunday. You can't hunt on Sundays, so I'm thinking today I'm probably gonna like move my stand somewhere else and see if I have better luck.
How difficult is it to disassemble that stand and move? Is it just the nylon straps, or?
It's a straps. So it's basically a sticks and then stand kind of thing. So you tie sticks to the tree, and you cinch it down, and you climb up, and you're attached to the tree the whole time with the lineman's rope and everything, so you never can fall down or something like that. And
I love it. You created like an adult playground in the backyard. It's awesome.
I have like a 60-yard, yeah. So that's great. The adult playground outside, downstairs the gym, the mats for the jiu-jitsu.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, P, you should come over. There's a jiu-jitsu dummy down there.
There is a
dummy practice on, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, and when you come over, it can be you versus him.
Yeah, with no training at all.
That's why you'll win, man.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Little P, is he going to do jiu-jitsu?
No, I know, but he's bought into the archery.
Nice.
So he's down with it. So we're
Even
gonna go.
My kids learned it. They loved it. And they loved it. Yeah, it's just good to know how to shoot. It's fun. It's a lot of fun to learn.
I want to get him something though that's not too hard to draw on.
Yeah,
because
they make the kids one like 20 pounds. Less than that. Yeah,
that'd be, I think, perfect. But he's strong. He's a strong little guy.
But I'm saying 20 pounds is good. Yeah.
So we'll see. But so I'm scoping out some bows now. But I want to go in. Matter of fact, that place in Langhorne that you sent me, I'm gonna go check those guys out.
Which one's that?
The Langhorne Rod and Gun.
Oh yeah.
They have a archery night.
They do lessons.
Yeah. It's not really lessons. It's like open shoot kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like everybody there, it's like super friendly. Somebody can give you.
Are you a member of the gun club?
I'm not. So those are open nights.
They're really hard. It's really hard to get a membership there.
It
actually.
is.
I know one person.
I know one.
Yeah,
No,
one
I know
person.
two actually, but yeah, you need like referral and all this stuff.
You got to
But
help out.
They
like,
have a lot of public days. Like the open archery night, they have this, 3D shoot, which is really, really fun.
Cool.
And it's going around the whole property with like 3D targets like and all that, and you just go and shoot, and it's like $10. It's nothing. And the Friday night thing is like $5. It's really like it's
that sounds like
it's
fun.
a wash.
That sounds
It's
like a lot more
super
fun than when I played paintball.
It's five. It's
That's
5
still-
to 7, I think, for the kids, and then 7 to 9 for the adults, or something like that.
Did you guys ever
That'd be
play
awesome.
paintball?
We should put something together where, cause I would love to. Cause Raj, don't you have a collection, right?
No, not anymore.
No,
For
not
what?
anymore.
No, I don't
Archery?
shoot anymore.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say even go to the shooting range. That'd be cool.
I kind of get so I had an 1819 Harper's Ferry muzzle loader.
Yeah.
Like that was used in the Civil War. Shooting that is the most unfun thing you can do. First off, it takes an unexperienced person 3 to 4 minutes to load it. And then when you shoot it, you will never, ever hit anything that's more than 10 yards away. It is super heavy. It's super powerful. It's a cool thing to have, but yeah, the best gun I ever shot, the best rifle was an M1 Garand. Smoothest rifle I ever shot. Wonderful rifle to shoot, man. Awesome. Way better than anything. I shot a few, and that was by far my favorite.
I was always going to Sure Shot down by the beach. They got a really nice collection, and you just go there. It's like $50-$60 for the afternoon. You can have a ton of fun, and they let you swap out, in between. So we would have a lot of fun up there. Matter of fact, I saw young kids. I was very surprised, like 7, 8 years old, that they knew how to handle a weapon. I was blown away. I did not expect to see kids in there.
Scouts, man. I mean, from little kids. I mean, from they do a lot.
So when we went to Virginia to visit my daughter's her boyfriend and her boyfriend's parents, and they have a 40-acre farm property, and getting ready for hunting season is like sighting your rifle, and like they have a whole, just on your property, like it's a thing. Like just they all grow up, like knowing how to hunt and to shoot and to process animals and grow food. So it's like it's awesome.
The thing, we've talked about this before in the podcast, but like that's something that I'm learning now in order to pass down to the kids, because I think it'll be super
Good skill.
not just a good skill. I mean, like, I don't know. Some podcast somewhere somebody said, like getting chickens is a gateway to conspiracy theories.
Really?
Wait,
break that down. Break that
But
down.
yeah, I love it because it was like, like as soon as you're like, oh, like I got chickens and I can get eggs now, from my chickens. And then the eggs have different colors than the ones that I buy from the store. Why is that? And then you start like basically uncovering like, and then it's like, and the chicken feed and what I like buy for the chickens. And, there was this one period of time where, no chickens around the country were laying eggs, and everybody pointed to the chicken feed, and it's like, like the conspiracy theories were like, like, oh, they're making, the people who want to survive on their own, like, it's wild, but like it's a little bit of like, like getting chickens, it's a gateway to conspiracy theories, but also like, hunting and growing your own food kind of thing, like Roger, you have a great garden, beautiful garden. And all that stuff. Like, tell me that the stuff that you grow is in any way inferior than the ones that from
Head
the
and shoulders. It's better actually because
Exactly,
and it's
right?
just, and I grow it organically, and it doesn't take more space up. I pack stuff in there, man. Like
so that's the thing of like, just like having self-sufficiency of like
knowing
getting
like,
your own meat or getting your own vegetables or getting your own.
if I didn't have a
eggs.
Maverick, I would have chickens.
Your
on
dog
a murder spree, dude.
He would take it's like we bought this chicken to get eggs. It's like no, we bought this chicken to
from
make
Maverick.
chicken soup
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
Mav, like I couldn't protect the chickens.
Yeah,
He
I
killed
would
so many
love it,
birds last
but
year.
it takes time.
So why do you think, like, here's one of my things, like why are some chicken eggs white and others are brown? Do you ever think about like why that is?
Oh, I don't know.
It's
Different
the
people.
feed, man. So if you have white chicken eggs, right? Like they have to be eating different things and they have to be raised differently. But if you ever notice on like packaging and eggs that are more expensive, they'll be like, oh, these are like free range, right? Which means those chickens eat whatever they can find, and it's a brown egg. So it's like, I feel like it's a little more natural. Plus, I always buy the brown eggs because I really feel bad for the chickens. And here's why. So not only are we going to say you're going to lay all the eggs and we're going to take all those, but then when you're old enough and you can't lay eggs anymore, we're going to kill you and eat you.
What are you talking about?
The least
eggs
we can do
is the most guilt-free food ever.
Listen,
the only thing
listen to my
you're
logic.
depriving that chicken of is having, like a rooster around,
child,
and I'll leave it at that.
So, but here's why I feel bad, right? So we always take their eggs, and then when they're too old to lay eggs, we kill them and eat them. The least we can do is let them run around free, and not keep them in a cage.
All right, so Raj, I'm gonna call BS.
Yeah.
Why?
The chicken and the color of
Yeah.
the eggs.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's based on genetics, right? So
I was
depending
gonna
on the
say,
type
like,
of chicken
is
that
it?
you get. Yeah, dude.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Raj just
I don't think
saw
so, man.
brown eggs and saw the word organic and was like, "This
No.
must be the reason," and I'm gonna say it like it's true.
I think it's in what the feed that they eat. Seriously, chickens
I'm gonna
chickens
go
that
off
eat
and
more
just say,
omegas. If the chicken eats more omega, like alfalfa seed,
Dude,
then they have brown eggs.
you are like AI in the sense you are confidently saying something like it's true. I'm saying it's definitely because I did a lot of research on because I was going to get chickens. I told you way back when, and I ran into that thing. So it is based on genetics, for sure.
You don't care if the chickens can run around and have a good life. You
no,
would
but
keep
that's
them in a
not
tiny
the,
cage
that's
and
not
lay your
the,
eggs.
that's not what you're saying though. That's not what you're saying. You're saying that
All right, well, I'll
because
take-
they
I'll
run
take
around.
one.
It's like an animal that has 4 legs is a dog. That thing that says meow has 4 legs. It must be a dog. That's what you're doing right now. You're making
It's my truth, man.
it's my truth. Oh God, man. No, but like seriously, the whole feeding yourself or like providing for yourself. It's amazing. I would love to get to that point where like even just a fraction of it. That's
become
the
totally
goal.
self-sufficient. Yeah,
Not totally, just a fraction, just enough to say, okay, we're getting
Whenever I go
I'm
out
not
to a
full
farm
on.
that they raise their own cattle, they raise their own pork, like pigs and all, like it's hands down.
It's a
usually,
lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
I don't
but
know.
It's
That's
also,
a full time job. That's
well,
not.
it is.
That's
but
not something I want to do.
It is. So it's like if you have a regular job, then after that job is that one too, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a lot to process.
I don't know. I want to go the Dick Pernecki way, where the guy who moved into the Alaskan wilderness. He built a cabin by hand. He lived out there, dude. His brother would come up like quarterly and drop him off, some goods. Dude, he. I mean, that guy was he was at one with nature. Like it was. I would love to do something like that.
Did he have wife and kids?
No.
Exactly. My wife won't even go a weekend camping, let alone.
Camping's fun, man. Camping's good. Glamping.
I love it.
You can go glamping.
She talked about maybe getting like a camper kind of thing to go around, but like even that, it's like I don't know. It's all great. There's another thing in like the self-defense community or whatever, the gun community and all that stuff. People who are like preppers and they they stock this or they have that, and they have a go bag ready to go if they need to go somewhere,
man.
you know, kind of thing, right? Like, and the
Bullets and
mentality,
peanut butter, man,
right?
buried
Like,
in the mountains.
I think it's BS because it's like, you know, it's like, yeah, you have a go bag, but like, what about your family? What about your kids?
They don't
It's
get
like,
it. I
do
don't
they
get
have
it.
a go? Do they have a night
Yeah.
vision thing to get out in the night or whatever? No, right? Like, you're not, you know, so it's BS. It's all about like basically, you know, like what can you do? I don't know. There's a limit, and
Well, I think the genuine thought behind it is to be prepared, and not having a plan is not good either. I think, look, if things go sideways, you probably want to be near one of those people that, you know, they actually have a plan. Like, this is how we're going to survive. I got a cabin out here. Like, it could be safe. I'm not saying go full prepper, but like, you
that's
should
the
have a
thing though.
plan.
There's middle grounds of like how
Yeah.
to like basically like what is good to be prepared for, right?
Yeah,
Like,
what's overkill? What's overkill?
what's overkill? Like if I have a freezer full of deer, you know, meat or whatever, you know, it's like that's great. You know, like if tomorrow things happen, it's like at least we'll have food for a while. You know, like you know, there's a good amount of food that we can go through. Like if I have, you know, like your vegetable gardens and all that stuff, like you know, like you have food to go around, you know, like and all that stuff. That's good. That's beautiful. You know, like there's not. So here's what I do. I'll get the deer. You do the vegetables, and Piero, you go get the chickens, and then we all get together and
No, that's what we do, right?
And do
when
trade.
when the apocalypse comes, we form like Voltron to make one mega family, and we combine together, and we're like, then we start our own government, and we
See,
take
that's
over.
where you take it too far. Again,
No,
Roger, you're
no.
going 100 again. We're talking about just sensible
Oh, man,
preparation.
we have to make rules for the community to live by.
But who's gonna build the roads?
Our workers. That's why I want to take over and have a government. We got to
do
put
that
people out to
so
work.
many times. Do you remember
Who builds the
JVW?
roads? Yeah, man. I
Yes.
remember JVW.
Yeah.
So he's a hardcore liberal,
Yeah.
not libertarian. He's a hardcore libertarian, and libertarians are all about like we don't need government, right? And I used to mess with him all the time because I was like, who's gonna build the roads? You know, like, and he's like, well, they don't. And he starts like really getting heated arguments, and we used to hang out like because as consultants we didn't get cubicles, we got like a conference room full, so it was just like us and then the receptionist, and then on the other side were like all the cubicles full of people who work for the company. And so it was me and him just having arguments, and the poor receptionist was just like, you know, what the heck is going on here? Like, he's like, you're gonna get me fired because it's like all the things I say, you know, like. But yeah, like he's a character. I love him to death. He's great because I respect him a lot. The views that he has, he goes for, and he canvasses, and he goes door to door, and he
Get out.
he actually like participates in the party and makes sure that, you know, the people who are, you know, going for a seat, you know, like they get their fair share, you know, like actually does something for the police. It's not just like, I believe in this, and then the rest of the time doesn't care. He's doing something for it. And
Yeah.
I have a funny story. He helped me go get a car from Georgia. So him and I, we would, like, I asked him to come with me so we can drive together, like, and we'll go back and forth. So I'm super excited. I'm like, all right, that's it. We're gonna leave like 4 a.m. and we're gonna go and down to Georgia. And he's like, great. So he slept over, and like at 2 a.m. or something like that, I wake him up and I'm like, I can't wait. Let's go now, right? Like, and he's like, all right, let's stop by Wawa, and we stop by the Wawa, and who's there? Brian Fitzpatrick.
At 2 a.m. in Wawa?
At 2 a.m. at Wawa. and JV just goes up to him and he's like, "Oh, Mr. No Labels." Like, 'cause that was like the thing that he was running under. Like, he's like, "I got no labels," right? Like, and he's like, "You mother," blah, 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 blah. And he just starts laying down on him, right? And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, who is he screaming at, right? Like, and Brian is just like, come on, man, like, leave me alone, kind of thing, right? And because apparently what happened is that he had an opponent to run against him, but Brian Fitzpatrick and his team like kind of like tied him down in litigation, so he couldn't run against them. So that was the story. But like I didn't recognize him one because I didn't know. I just didn't recognize him. It's 2 a.m. I'm thinking about like that, and he comes out and I'm like, who was that? And he's like, who was that? You probably voted for him.
He got real mad.
But yeah, like yeah, hardcore libertarian.
That's awesome, man.
You know what though? I think if you're gonna talk politics, you should be that involved because there's, to your point, there's a lot of people that just spout nonsense. That's why I don't talk politics.
I don't talk politics
I don't know nothing
either.
about it.
Yeah.
I don't talk. I mean, I don't talk, but like yeah, like it's hilarious. So, but he's really cool. He has all kinds of diverse friends and all this stuff, and who has different views and all this stuff, and they're all friends and friendly because they don't talk politics.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you can be friends with people. It doesn't matter what their views are, you know. But yeah.
So I want to make a correction to an earlier statement that I made.
What is
I
that?
will call BS on myself on the white versus brown egg scenario. I just checked ChatGPT and it called BS on me too.
Even
So
ChatGPT.
wait. So then clarify for us what determines the color of the eggs?
Genetics and the breed of the hen. But
So
I
Pierre,
never
was right.
see white eggs that say cage free on them. The only reason I get the other eggs is because it says cage free. Because I feel bad they're in a cage, man. I wouldn't keep my chickens in a cage. Let them run around. Let them have a good time.
For sure.
Until
I
the-
just like right. I just like
You just want to rub it in.
until the eagle population starts getting bad.
No, I
you
wouldn't
heard about
mind
this?
seeing an eagle, man.
Oh, there was an NPR episode that this farmer had to get special license to scare away eagles because they kept picking his chickens because they're cage free. So the farmer is like losing like millions of dollars in chicken every year because the eagles like, just know that there's chickens running around there and easy prey for them to get.
Just pick them right off the ground.
He couldn't kill them because they're endangered.
Yeah.
But their population is growing so fast and so good that there's so many of them, and they're taking on his. So he had to get like special license to get like little fireworks kind of thing to shoot near them and not at them, so it would scare them away. And you had to set up like cameras and like spend all this money to scare away eagles.
Do you ever see a hawk hunt a larger prey than itself? Like it's bigger, like they hunt like large geese. They fly in as fast as they can and smack it with their legs until it dies. And they make like 10 passes until it's dead. So they give it a concussion over and over and over and over and over again until it dies, and they take it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Nature's crazy.
Nature is crazy.
So what do you guys what'd you line up for Christmas? Like what are you all looking to get?
I canceled Christmas, dude. What are you talking about?
Anything good? Like give me some ideas.
I don't know, man. I got a whole bunch of stuff for the gym.
There you go. All right.
That's my thing. But I don't know.
You gotta. Did you look at that spar bar?
What?
The spar bar?
The
I got
boxing.
sent the thing to you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not getting
No? No. I know it's outside the rent. It's more boxing than.
My son loves boxing. Like he was asking me today. He's like,
Yeah.
"What do I need to do? Like, basically, can you hang the bag up so I can hit the bag?" And I'm like, "Sure, later, like after we're done with the workout." And he's like, "What do I need to?" And he's like, "I was like, go look up footwork, and just do footwork, because the footwork is like half the thing, like the punching is easy,
100%. My father used to bring me to the boxing club down the street, when I was younger, and dude, they would just throw me in the ring and get beat up constantly.
That's cool.
Like it was, it was a lot of fun. He actually used to box down in Atlantic City.
Yeah, you said your dad was a boxer.
Yeah, on the boardwalk, and he was pretty good. He was pretty good.
Yeah, you don't mess with Pops, man, when he knows how to box.
He's got dad strength, man, for sure. Yeah,
there's a guy who's like, I don't know, 50, 60 years old, comes to the jiu-jitsu gym maybe once or twice a month.
Yeah.
He doesn't, like, he's not there to, like, he's just there to get a workout in.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to be a wrestler back in high school.
Get out.
And but he has that old man strength that is just like, Jesus, it's so hard to like contain this guy or like get him to like move and stuff like that. So you have to like move around him and all that stuff. And it's just like, man, Bob has a freaking old man strength. Like,
dude.
It is real, man.
Paul, you ever talk to Paul at work?
Paul
in data science?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like
Aikido.
a black belt in Aikido,
he's
right?
like 4th degree Aikido.
He was
Aikido
telling me how he was
like,
beating up on the younger guys the other day.
Yeah. Aikido is...
You want to jump in the ring with him? He's been doing it for like 20 years.
I don't care. Aikido is like a joke.
Aikido is
man,
like
I'm telling
the ballet.
It's the ballet of martial arts.
Here's the martial arts that I respect. Jiu-jitsu, number 1. Mm-hmm. I respect Muay Thai. Boxing for the striking, yeah. But and Taekwondo for kicking. Mm-hmm. Those are the martial arts that I think are somewhat legitimate. Even Taekwondo is already like in the Mech Dojo kind of.
Wait, so Steven Seagal isn't the greatest fighter on planet Earth?
He's not.
Are you sure?
Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris.
Yeah, what about Chuck, man?
Taekwondo?
Bruce Lee.
Oh, that's true.
Bruce Lee.
He invented his own.
Taekwondo.
Yeah.
He's an actor. Let's not forget that.
yeah, but he was like... he's pretty fast.
Wait, are we talking about Bruce Lee or Chuck
Bruce
Norris?
Lee.
Bruce Lee was also very skilled.
He's skilled. I'm not going to... But, like...
You can't talk shit on Texas Walker Ranger, man.
I'm not.
Dude rolled all through Texas whipping butt, like, nonstop.
I've heard somebody talk shit on Texas Ranger, and
don't ever do it.
He got kicked in the face, and the guy wasn't even near in that state. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's how tough Chuck is.
Chuck Norris legends are on the match.
I love
now,
it,
Steven Seagal, I don't know.
I love the videos of him in like Turkey, like throwing people around with his pinky finger.
that he can't probably believe.
I don't know. There are some really, like, there's body mechanics that get taught in those gyms that are true, right? Like you can control where the thumb goes, the body goes, kind of thing, and you can go. But like it all starts with like, hold my wrist. And if I do this,
yeah, but some of that's
like and all that stuff. It's like, who's
right?
gonna come to you and just hold your wrist? Let me start by saying that. Like,
what do they call it? Like bullshitsu and like you see the dude,
Mech Dojo. Like, these days are like Mech Dojo. Yeah, no, it's cool. Like that he has a 4th degree black belt in Aikido, but I bet he comes to the gym and
he's got a 7th dan,
yeah,
right?
Okay, fine, 7th dan. He's gonna get murdered by a blue belt. Like.
Well, that's like when I saw the some of the ever since you started like talking jiu-jitsu, my phone has heard it and has offered me up videos and like. I was showing the one was like 2 guys that were real serious, right, and that were in competition, but the one guy was like 30 years in, highly competitive, won a world champion. And he asked him, he's like, and I think I told you about this, he's like, how many times do you think you get me to tap out? And he's like, at least 30.
Yeah.
He's like, no. Like, I'm competitive, you will not. And he, 30 times later,
I'm
tapping out.
That was, I can't remember
That dude was a beast.
Yeah. I know that video, but yeah, like
When does the new slapboxing championship kick off?
I don't
Is
know,
it
but I
soon?
really want to get
It's
tickets.
on, isn't it?
I want to get tickets
Is
to the
I
slapboxing championship and
that seems like a bad
and the
idea.
and the juggling, the combat juggling. I want to see both of those things.
Oh,
in
the
person.
combat juggling. Yes.
Dude,
It's
have you
awesome.
seen the forklift operator competition?
No.
It's hilarious. It is really people who are like really good with a forklift competing in like a course where they have to like deliver this pallet without tipping it over over like sea sauce and stuff like that.
I'm adding it to my notes.
Dude,
Yeah,
add
we got
add
it. We have to have
it's
it in the
hilarious.
algo.
Like I'm like, what? There's a competition for forklift operator? Like imagine like somebody just asked like your neighbor, like, what do you do for a living? I'm a professional forklift operator competitor.
Dude, I saw that guy. What's that guy? Raj, I think you ended up sharing it with me. Beast. The guy was driving around in a tank.
Oh,
On, like,
the
city
Eddie
Yeah.
Eddie Hall.
Yes.
Eddie Hall is
I-
a beast.
he's
Yeah,
serious. I thought it was a joke. He's dead serious.
no, yeah. No, he's from the UK. He's the strongest, world's strongest man. At 1 year, he won, I think, a couple times. But yeah, like Eddie Hall is hilarious. Like he has like all those videos. Like he was in that video that I sent you guys.
Oh yeah.
Because he would do like funny videos where like these girls were like, oh, how to get your butt to look bigger like in the spandex, and like he's like, all right, let me try that, and he would put in like his wife's tights or something like that and to start working out. It's like, oh yeah.
You're right.
And the guy is like a freaking huge guy. He beat the world record for deadlifts at like 1,005 kilos one time, and then the mountain Bjorn Horson or whatever his name is. Mm-hmm. He from Game of Thrones. Mm-hmm. He's also world's strongest man guy. Mm-hmm. He beat it by like 2 kilos or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't imagine pulling 1,000 pounds off the ground.
1,000 kilos. 1,000 pounds. Sorry. Yeah, 1,000 pounds. Yeah.
Yeah, because what's the world record? Isn't it?
It's like,
is it 1,100 now?
no.
No one got. Are you sure no one got 1,100?
No. It's like 1,050 or something like that.
Yeah.
Let me look it up really quick.
Like you can. How do you train for that? Do you just like pick cars up off the ground, like, and put them back down?
No. He talked about this. He went to psychologists and everything to train for the deadlift.
Really?
Like he says, yeah. He talked about this. Like you see him pulling like the world record, and as he's pulling, like he's bleeding from his nose and all that stuff, and it's just like, and then just like like lets it go, and he drops to the ground, and then people come and help him. But like,
dude, that's like Goggins running and like his toenails falling off. I mean, it's people are they got dedication.
Well, Goggins explains it in a different way, though. He says that he finds out things about himself by pushing himself to that limit.
Yeah.
So he thinks it's...
Goggins is just a different animal. Like him, like Cam Hanes, like his son, like, like just beating Goggins. Like Cam Hanes' son beat Goggins, like pull-up record.
Get out.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, it's
what was it?
Multiple
like
times.
700 or something like that? It was some crazy number.
No, it's like 8,000 something. In like 24 hours or something like that. Like it's something ridiculous. Like it is ridiculous. How much like and his hands are like bloody. Like it's just changing out gloves and doing that and doing 10 and just like let go. 10, let go, and just basically rest. 10 and just do 10, and that he broke it down. He's like, here's how I did it. I'm gonna like break it down. I think I can do every.
But Jose, back to your point, like that is psychology plays into that, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to be able to. It takes a different kind of person to do stuff.
It's a different kind of person. We're not that.
No, because
No.
and you know how
Like
I know
nowhere
the
near.
one
Like-
thing it's the monotony of the act that makes it hard to do. The most to me that makes it hard. Like you can train physically to do something outstanding, but when you have to do it over 24 hours, over 3 days, the same thing, repetitive, it's like it gets to you, right? And that's how I knew he was kind of different when he says what he does at night. He doesn't watch a movie. He doesn't hang out. He stretches for 2 hours, then he goes to bed.
Yeah.
So his whole day is exercise, stretch, go to bed.
When normal folks kind of like quote him or put like, especially social media. I know you guys don't do social media, but like, I am the lion, that bows to no one by the lioness or something like that, like all this stuff, and I'm just like, shut up, like you went to the gym, congratulations, like it's
Dude, it's a mindset. Like,
it is. I totally
subscribe
subscribe to being like basically overcoming and everything like that.
Yeah.
But you're not him.
Yep. Yeah, no.
And it gets a little bit like oh God, like come on, man. Like I train with like literal world champions and people who are like the best in the world, and in every level, in every weight category. We have like the #1 purple belt in the world training at our girl at 110 pounds, whatever she is, right? And she can like murder you in 50 different ways. and it's just like I go there and I fucking give it my all, and I'm dead tired and I'm sweaty and I'm dying, and like these people are just like, come on, like sometimes the round is not even over, and I'm just like, I'm done, like I want to sit out. And I remember this one time my coach was like, 20 more seconds, you could do it, you dig deep, you can do it, right? And I'm like, all right, fine. And I get into it, and I like freaking and let that 20 seconds he tapped me out like 2 more times. And then like fucking left me like drenching sweat on the ground there. And
Did he throw $1?
No, like
on the ground next to you.
And I'm just like, yeah, you can dig deep and you can really like fight, and it's all mental. Like once you think you're done, you're not done. You can dig deeper to get more out of it and all this stuff. But like, the part of it that I find the worst is like the one is like, and now I'm gonna post it on social media for everybody to see how I dug deep. And it's like, I don't do that. Like I don't fucking take a picture and say, like look how I dug deep into this one to get 20 more seconds. No, I got my ass kicked. And I'm gonna come back for more. Like it's like no, I don't need this, like
Yeah, but some of that is, look, it's their business, right? Like they make money off,
True.
the motivation.
I can respect the hustle.
Yeah.
I can respect the hustle. But yeah, like it gets a little bit annoying sometimes. Like when you know them, especially when I know like the person, and I'm just like, really, like, like if you don't, if like there's other people who you don't know, and they're posting and all this stuff, but then it's like, I can respect, but like when they start getting into I don't know, I go back and forth whether it's good or bad. But yeah. Well, I just think that I shouldn't be doing that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, no, that's fair. But I did get sucked back into social media.
He does social media, yeah. You do it right.
Dude, it was. I got to get. As soon as this whole fiasco is over, I'm done. I'm back off X or Twitter.
What fiasco?
This week.
Which fiasco?
Altman. Dude, I got sucked into it. Totally sucked. Like I want to know what's going on. Now the latest is they're trying to bring him back on. We'll see.
All right, like for the listeners, say what it is. What's the whole thing?
Yeah. So this is the whole thing about OpenAI, and basically, the two of the co-founders that started the organization, right? Sam Altman and Ilium. I can't pronounce his last name, but basically they're headbutting. It looks like where one is going, he's all about like safetyism, and Sam Altman's all about, hey, how can we make profits from this thing? and they're button heads, and they staged like a coup and just pushed the guy out the door. But all of his employees are like, I'm gone. I'm out. Like if Sam Altman doesn't come back, like that. And my point in saying that was like you could learn something from this guy. Like he is a true leader. People follow him to the point where they're like, I'm gonna resign if you don't bring him back. Like he had a big impact. It's cool to see someone have that kind of impact on.
You know what it reminds me of,
people.
P? It reminds me of lessons learned of when Apple fired Steve Jobs. We're like, well, hold on a minute there. Guys might want to wait a minute and say, like, that felt like a rash move.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I see two ways out of this. Sam Altman doesn't come back on, or that whole board is going to get dismantled.
Yeah, it will be.
He's not going to come back and allow that guy to stay on. There's no way.
Oh, no, the whole board will have to leave. No if he comes back, the board has to leave. Yeah.
Yeah. But to be honest, I like the way that they set it all up, right? Where it's part, they have the for-profit part of the business, they have the not-for-profit part of the business, but the way that they structured it was that the board kind of oversees the whole both sides of the company, but on the not-for-profit side of the house, they are all about making sure that it is safe before it goes out there. But I think that they hit AGI internally, and that with Satya and those guys are trying to operationalize it and bring AGI to the masses. And Ilium is basically saying, we're not ready for it yet. Civilization is not ready for this change yet. I think there's going to be some big announcements coming very, very soon. And also, there's some patents out there for GPT 5, 6, and 7. So they are so far ahead. We haven't even scratched the surface on what is available and what it can actually do. But I was actually going through the Ignite videos over the weekend. It was all AI. I don't know if you guys got caught up on it yet, but the entire thing, all AI focused, and the things that Microsoft they've essentially baked Copilot into everything.
Yeah,
Copilot for
Azure, I was so
Copilot.
like within Azure like resources. Like I open not to get too technical here, but like I open API management and I open up the policy and there's Copilot right there, and I'm like, what? Huh? What? Like I can ask like how to write a policy for this particular. It's like
awesome.
oh
Wait, you could ask how policy and then to do it, and it will.
Yes.
So I mean, it's next level.
Yeah,
next level.
It's definitely.
So yesterday, right? I was putting this thing off. That I had to do my mom's inheritance taxes. They're due a year after like you actually have the estate. So I waited to do the estate for a while. So I did it. And I had to do taxes, and they're complicated. And I didn't want to do it. So I just spun up a custom ChatGPT window and fed it the PDF, asked it 4 questions, and the taxes were done in an hour. It was awesome. Beautiful. I was like, yo, where do I submit this? Because I couldn't find like the link. They were like, oh, yeah, over here. And I was like, okay. It was done in under an hour.
Yeah, I mean, instead of spending like $1,500 with a lawyer.
That's just one example, Pete. Like I have countless examples of how I use it to speed up my everyday life. And with our the only thing with like Bing Chat and all is it's like
I'm not a big fan of.
I'm not a big fan of the window that's in there, but the 30 count thread. I wish that would go away soon, hopefully, because I breached that many times. I've already breached that and had to start a new thread.
You gotta kill the chat and start over. Yeah, no, I agree. But
I solve it with good context, Chet. A really good prompt will
help.
The
way that it brings the whole, I don't know, like I use it a lot for PowerShell, and
it's
like
awesome.
and it's great, but like the way it puts it out there, it's not as good as ChatGPT.
No.
So
well, I mean, it's baked off. It's built off of GPT.
Yeah, but the way it presents it, the way it like organizes formats.
The code interpreter.
Yeah. No,
the code interpreter is different. The code interpreter is different that it uses. It is a little different. It's not the same at all.
Yeah, that's the only downside, I guess. But yeah,
I love it, dude. I was and you were I'm even considering maybe even a quick little master's degree in AI. Maybe.
Master's degree.
Yeah,
in AI.
just drop in and get a
Yeah,
quick.
man.
I don't know. I told you I was playing around with the idea of going back to school.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I'm kind of back the other way now again. I don't think I'm gonna be doing that.
yeah.
So the idea was that go back to school, maybe get opportunities where like where they require a bachelor's, and I have an associate's. So I looked around, saw how much it was gonna be, and was like, I don't think it's worth it. It's not worth it. And
Not worth it.
and I was talking to other people too, and it was like, yeah, might as well invest in like soft skills. And I was like, yeah, I'm already doing that. Like I'm already, I love doing that stuff, like the soft skills. Like I've finished reading the Getting Things Done. It completely transformed the way I take notes for work. For like my OneNote now is so freaking organized. Is amazing. It's amazing. I love it. It's broken down by projects, daily tasks to do, what I'm waiting for. It's so organized. Like I know exactly like at a point view, things that I want to do in the future. Just like write them down. And like they call it the tickler file. Just write down like things that you interest you in doing in the future. And it doesn't have to be a project. It doesn't have to be anything. Just write it down, and then like basically look at that every once in a while, and bring it in like, and so like I'm like taking pieces and doing like in things like, okay, here's the things that I want to get done today, and if it doesn't get done today, it stays there for the next day, so it doesn't go away, and it can't like once you pick it up, you have to do it, and just getting it done, finishing it, and then putting it away, and breaking big projects into actions and all that stuff. It's amazing how it transformed the way that I work.
Yeah.
I have a very simple way of taking my notes. So everything is by quarter, right? Everything's listed by quarter, and then I use the Stanford method for every single thing I do, which is it's a grid, right? There's a cue, there's notes, and then a summary. So as I listen in a meeting, I get questions. I write all those questions down. I try to get answers to all those questions. If I don't, I know I need to go back, and then I write a summary right after the meeting, and then that's it.
Or just get Teams Premium and AI.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
I asked our manager like, I was like, do we have Teams Premium? And he's like, we don't have Teams Premium. I have
know.
Teams Premium. And I was like,
I
oh,
also
okay.
have Teams Premium.
I know you do.
I can't wait to have it because the transcription becomes.
Because I had a
valuable.
meeting with Microsoft the other day, and the guy sent me like the notes, and it says this notes were generated by AI and all this stuff, and I'm like, what? Like tell me more. Like where how?
let me get that.
Like, and he's like, well, that's Teams Premium, and then it's like if you have Copilot 365, then you can ask a question, about it and all this stuff, and who led the meeting more, who talked the most, and it's like, okay, cool. But yeah,
Yeah, it
I hope-
actually highlights parts of the video where you were speaking or where someone else was speaking and what topic they were covering. I mean, it's next level. It's phenomenal.
I hope that comes to a place near me soon, Piero, because I could really use that.
Oh,
Highly effective.
sure.
yeah.
Highly effective. It will allow me to focus on other things rather than
All the
trying to
administrative-
capture everything. Yeah.
Dude, go. You got to go and watch the Ignite videos on it.
Okay.
It's yeah.
I'll be there. I'll be watching them as soon as I get all legendary weapons from Elden Ring over this break.
And with that, let's wrap it up, folks. All right, guys.
Good talk, guys.
Good talk. Have a good one.